Hey, welcome to my channel. Hey, it's PATTON back. I hope you're well. I'm out to make a really quick video just to chat about the Lynx again. Out for another quick video, hyper fixed on the Lynx. So I wanted to bring you a little video just as I start to get my head around it and, you know, hype myself up for my next wheel. If you've got a little bit of time, come with me and we'll have a chat about the Lynx. Yes, I just wanted to chat about things that I've been thinking about with the Lynx, you know, things that I'm really excited for. And the features that I think are really starting to push, you know, Leaperkim up to that premium level. So if you've got a few minutes, come with me and I'll run a few slides. I was lucky to chat with the team at Leaperkim. I managed to chat with Linnea. I hope I pronounced that right. Linnea. Yeah, nice person to chat with, and I was just trying to get my head around this new family of Leaperkim that I'm stepping into. I've only had a few brief run-ins with Leaperkim, and each time it was a bliss. I'll run some footage just up here, and that's just my experience testing out the Sherman S and the PATTON. I've been lucky to roll on the Sherman S twice and the PATTON once, and both times I found it just such a nice experience. Really good quality. And yeah, that's why I've decided to put some money down on the Leaperkim Lynx, which I'm really excited for. I think between the Sherman S and the PATTON, the Leaperkim Lynx is just like the middle brother. So, you know, not too spoiled and not too privileged. It just sort of rides in the middle as the quiet achiever. And I think the Lynx is really becoming the achiever. So many good things that I've seen. I saw one report of a bent rim, and I think that was because the guy was just getting so stoked. He over-centered and landed sideways. And, you know, that didn't allow the suspension to take the force properly. So I don't know. I don't know the full situation, but it seemed like a bad landing and that caused the rim to dent. So yeah, you might just need to watch out for over-sending your Lynx too hard, because it seems to be that kind of wheel where you just want to play. So I'm going to run through some slides that Leaperkim sent over, and I think they're already out there, but it's my first time to really start to go through them and have a look at what I'm excited for. Make it a quick one, I guess. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for the support. Please support all my affiliates and use my discount links in the video description, because that helps me do all of this. I found a seat in the middle of nowhere and I can hear the kookaburras beckoning, so let's sit here and have a look at these slides. I'm just going to go through the features. You've got the, you know, magnesium build, which is really strong, lightweight. It seems to be doing really well on the Sherman S, so it's great to see that coming across, and that's how they're keeping that weight really low at 40 kilograms. It's sort of a really light, high performance, torquey wheel. It's excellent, you know, to get all that in, and that's using the magnesium, I guess, the magnesium alloy. I think they've really stepped it up with the safety on this one, not just on the wheel itself, but the app. It's got enhanced features like your BMS, and you can manage individual cell health. You've got things like the hall sensor algorithm, which is going to kick in if the hall sensor fails. Today I learned about hall sensors because I wanted to figure out what's going on and why is that important. So I tried to get a quick understanding of what a hall sensor does. It seems to be a sensor that I think is really clever, and it might do more than this, but, you know, I'm trying to put things into terms that I can understand and you might be able to understand if you're not too technological like me. But it seems to have a sensor that measures in the motor. There's a series of magnets, and the hall sensor will measure when the magnet passes. I think it senses magnetic field. It allows it to send signals back to the brain of the wheel and let it know basically it's rotating fine and whereabouts it is. And if that fails, I know I've read reports of basically people just face planting. The wheel can't balance, it won't maintain balance, and you can just cut out. And the Lynx has some new software or algorithm that's going to be able to override that occurring and allow you to keep balancing to, yeah, basically get you out of that problem. So that's excellent. You know, InMotion have their version with the redundant hall sensor, and this is just a software-based approach which great. As long as they have that backup feature, it just helps me feel really confident. You know, it's also things like having that increased voltage. You can push it without, you don't need to push it all the way to the limit. It's not always sitting and pushing all those components right to the edge because you've got such room. 150 volts is a lot to play with. So yeah, you don't always sit right at the edge of what the wheel can do. Suspension is huge. I'm really looking forward to stepping on some fast ace every day. And with this progressive spring, the progressive setup's different than I've experienced on the PATTON, and I've also experienced on the Sherman S. When I was rolling on the PATTON, it's a 62-pound setup, which was really light and springy. And I've gone for the 70 because I've become quite used to the rigid suspension of the in-motion, and I guess that's kind of my hard riding style now. So I've stepped up to the 70-pound setup, and if I need to adjust that, I will. I'll just step it back down, and then I can compare the two and help show you how that goes. But yeah, I'll just run through the slides. So Leaperkim Lynx features magnesium alloy motor rim, new double layer control boards, 36 MOSFETs. You've got adjustable mid-mounted suspension shock system. It's got 90mm of travel and preload adjustment as well. Yeah, dual charge ports supporting a max of 15 amps, which is heaps. You can really get a good fast charge. Smart BMS, and it does report the individual cell health, so that's great step up from Leaperkim. Your whole error safety. There's some other smart software features that are a little bit over my head. They call it a smart field weakening. So the Lynx, you've got 3200 watt motor, battery capacity 2700 watt hours, it's 151.2 volts, 40 kilogram weight, max load 120 kilograms. So you get a 5 amp charger in the box, good set of headlights there, 20 watt, I think it was 18 watt on the Sherman S, coming with a knobby tyre, and yeah, charging time, it says 4 hours charge, down to 2 hours if you use a 10 amps. You know, this is their 5th gen controller as well, so they've really, you know, each time they are improving things. They take on the feedback and they're adding features each time to just improve the way the wheels are rolling. Yeah, anyway, I've covered over most of that stuff, I think, on the slides, so you could just read through the rest of it. And as I say, I think this is available elsewhere, but I'm going to get back on my V13 because it's really hot and I've been sitting down too long. Before I saw the Lynx, if I was considering a Leaperkim, I definitely was looking at the Sherman S, which I think was their highest performing and really well respected wheel. And then if you do a bit of a comparison why I looked at the Leaperkim Lynx over the Sherman S, you know, they're both great wheels, both really good specs and both very well respected. You know, one has a really good reputation that's been out on the market and held up, and the other's new, and so far just getting great, you know, reviews from the people that are rolling on that. But to do a quick comparison, you know, the Lynx versus the Sherman S. So Lynx, you've got 150 volts versus 100 volts on the Sherman S. Both 20-inch tyres, so that's a really good stable tyre platform. Partly why I considered this wheel is I love a big tyre, but I also like speed. And I also want a smaller tyre for that precision sort of hopping on rocks and jumping around the trails. But, you know, I do like the larger tyre. It's going to be such a comfortable all-round performing wheel, and I'll really enjoy having the size, the torque and the speed all in one wheel. So yeah, could be cool. Batteries, you've got 2700 watt on the Lynx versus Sherman S 3600 watt. So yeah, a little bit more range and a little bigger battery on the Sherman S, but that's the weight, I guess, as well. So that's part of why the Sherman S is 5 kilos heavier. You can get the charge done on the Lynx in 4 hours, 2 hours with the 10 amp charger, and you're looking at 3 to 8 hours with the Sherman S. Both really good charge times, I think. So weight, you've got 40 kilograms on the Lynx, Sherman S 44 kilograms, 3,200 watt high torque motor on the Lynx, which will give you a max of 8,000 watts. And you've got the 3,000 watt on the Sherman S, so slightly a bit more there on the Lynx with the lighter body as well. Both have 90mm travel, but I think there's some preload adjustment on the Lynx, which gives it slightly more with the progressive spring, which will help eat up that smaller stuff. It'll still give you good road feel, let you eat up that smaller stuff, and then really start to work as you push it into the harder stuff. So it's a really nice setup that also, you know, they have on the V14. It'll be interesting to see how the V14 progressive setup, you know, compares to the Lynx progressive setup. I've got some Grizzler flow pads on the way for the Lynx, and I've gone for a mixed flow setup. I went with a small compact front but a larger back pad, and that's just to accommodate for that jump pad. And I might even just keep that on there at this stage. I'll just have a play with it when it lands. But you know, the design's excellent, good handles, good shape, good minimal design. You've got a great app support, you know, from Leaperkim now, smart BMS, pedal sensitivity, individual cell health. You've got high pedals on the Lynx, which I'm a big fan of. I've gotten used to that on the V13, and I like to cut my corners tight without scraping. So good. I mean, I like a high pedal, but others might, I'm not sure if you can adjust the pedal height. So yeah, that could be a problem if you don't like the high pedals. For me, mostly, I'm just really keen to jump into the 20-inch wheel space. You know, it's something I don't have in my collection, and I'm just expecting really good quality, smooth ride, great suspension, you know, fantastic handling with that weight, and really good torque. I sort of think what's not to love with the Lynx, you know, especially if you're just going to push it a little more, and you could easily start on the wheel, you know, being lightweight, but also a lot of room to grow with all the safety features. But for someone, you know, really wanting to push it or just have that premium cushy wheel, it's really a bit of a trophy item in the collection at this stage. I think that's what it's going to be for me. I really hope I don't scratch this one in the first week anyway. So yeah, anyway, I'm just stoked now, waiting like a kid on Christmas for the Lynx to be delivered. Hope Santa's not too far off. Good luck. I see many Lynxes landing, and I'm stoked to see you all rolling on them. Follow my channel if you want to see my adventures with it. Yeah, it'll just be great to get that new car smell. So yeah, excited to get something shiny again, something new. So cool, I don't think you could go wrong with the Leaperkim Lynx. Great to establish a connection with Linné, I hope I'm saying it right, with the team at Leaperkim. I'm going to keep that established and try to bring updates and just get accurate info as much as I can. Thanks for supporting my channel. Come again next time. If you enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks again. I'll see you next time.